Oh, good morning, guys. Hope we're all ready for a nice, relaxing flight. Can't beat the one that we did yesterday. Oh, don't know what's going on with these network problems. What's really infuriating is I spend all morning on it. The moment we start a live stream, the network drops out. Peppa Pig or no Peppa Pig. Anyway, here we are at Paris, Orly, where we left our EasyJet aircraft, and looking forward to a nice short-haul flight, as it is, to Palmero. Let me just get you the current METAR for Orly, and then we shall make a start. So I believe there are a few flying with us today. Right, so current METAR is looking quite nice here in Orly. Nothing too concerning there. There is the current METAR, and let's grab you a copy of the operational flight plan for today as well. There we go. There we are. So we'll see in a moment how the aircraft imports SimBrief, or whether we have to do a manual program like we did yesterday. Sasha, it's 2 hours. It's in the video description. Estimated flight time is always in the video description. Okay, so let's get rid of the chat and let's step into our aircraft, shall we? And we've actually got a proper cockpit view as well, unlike yesterday where it kept flapping about. Oh, a nice British Airways livery on the stream today. How wonderful that the model matching is all working. Okay, so we've got the there's no 80s online. We've just got the METAR. Eurocontrol West is online, but they're not active below flight level 240, so we've no air traffic control to worry about contacting at the moment. So let's go ahead and start setting up, shall we? It is, of course, UK update day, isn't it? Third time lucky, or is it fourth time? I've lost count of how many times. So there will be a stream tonight where basically we just see what they've broken. And we'll fly around the UK as well, if the simulator is working, of course. So I have to see how we get on with that. But there will be a stream tonight as well, where we'll try and have a look at some areas that have been given the new update. See what we can see. Don't want to start the APU until about 10 minutes before departure as well at this airport. Oh, not quite sure why the fire test wasn't working correctly just there. I have just downloaded a new version of this morning, so that might just be a tiny bug. Something's been updated into the latest dev version. Of course, this is the custom fly-by-wire version, so the dev version is usually a couple of days behind that. However, look at this. I have a big thank you to one of the channel's long-time supporters. Look at that. How amazing is that? I've got my EasyJet cup, which is just wonderful. Love that. I think that's amazing. So big thanks to Nick for sending me that. Is Nick here? Is he in the chat? He may even be sat in that British Airways aircraft. He normally flies the British Airways, so that may be him. But I think that's great. Wonderful little add-on there. Let's increase the brightness down here. Let me just pop my cursor on the stream as well so you guys can see what I'm clicking away at. QDH1017, so let's go ahead and set that. Current time is correct, and anti-skid is on. Everything looks okay and set with the panel and the pedestal. All is good there. Glare shield, let's check this one. 017, let's get the flight directors on as well. And our initial climb out today is to 8,000 feet. Nick, just showing everyone the coffee cup, and you're in the BA as predicted. Good stuff. So down the new text is not in this build. No, what I might do tonight while having a look at what Azobo break with the update, we'll pull in the new textures for the flight tonight. So look forward to that then on tonight's stream, where we showcase those and how they're working. Let's just turn up some of the displays and brightnesses as well. Hoping for nice weather today though, so shouldn't need too much of that. Right, self-loading cargo. Let's have a look at this. Okay, a couple of things have changed in self-loading cargo. They were basically, I just needed to change when they were starting to announce different things. I want to be in control of what's announced when. So, never mind. We'll close that and we'll get them going. However, I do need the jetway here, so let's just launch the pushback helper. Nick, it works. Oh, it does. Everyone loves it. Do you have the British Airways Cup as well, Nick? I'm presuming so. Do we dare turn the fly pad on? Should we risk it? It's only a short flight, isn't it? Go on, I'll turn it on. Alright, let's get our jetway connected if we can. Here comes the jetway. Are we going to Palmero? Yes, we are. So, nice 2-hour flight today to Palmero. Let's try and connect our fly pad to the company. I need to type that in. Easyjetsimpilot. And let's pop that in there. There we go. So let's now import this from SimBrief. That all comes in and loads beautifully. We'll link the McDo as well in a moment. Okay, let's turn the ECAMs up, and the iris alignment is complete. Getting the cargo loaded in as well. Let's start loading our passengers then, please.
Cabin crew, we're happy to get going now, so as soon as you're ready, open the doors and start letting passengers unload.
Okay, so passengers are now boarding. Let's come down and start setting up the flight management guidance system. So let us pull in the SimBrief information. Init request, init data request. There we go. Paris Orly to Palmero, 1 hour 59 minutes. Very good. Let's go back to the AOC menu and set up our performance weights and balance. Let's check these all match. So planned block fuel is 6 point now close to 7 tons, isn't it? Let's just load that in at 7 tons. So that's loaded in. Let's check our passengers today. 180 passengers, a full load today. 18720 is the payload, that is correct, and zero fuel weight. 59.7, zero fuel weight 59.7, that is correct as well. Paul, you've spawned in a weird position. Well, strangely enough, this morning when I was playing around, I don't, in fact, we'll nip outside in a minute. I think whoever parked this last night had a few bevies, because I don't think we're parked in the correct position. Okay, so gross weight 667, 667. 665 is our takeoff weight. Sorry, 666 is our gross weight, 665 is our takeoff weight, so that's fine. Wonderful, so that's now all set up and imported in. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at this. What kind of parking is that? Nick, at least your BA crew could park almost properly last night. But I'm a right cock handle. Look at that. Oh well, never mind. Let's start setting up. So I'm hoping today then, if we check the aircraft status, the active nav database will get an update today, this evening, when the update comes. So let's do our init A page, shall we? So let's pull this in. Init request. Okay, so let's get the alternate in. Lima, India, Romeo, Fox. Lima, India, Romeo, Fox. Oops, we've missed the Lima. Lima, India, Romeo, Fox. There's the alternate. We'll change the flight number as well, because that's not correct. Well, the flight number is, but not the call sign. EZY 34 Alpha Mike. And our cost index today is 8. Flight level 370 at minus 65. So let's change that, shall we? 370. Oops. 370 at minus 65. Tropopause 3992839. Actually, that's quite close. I will change it. 39928. The Rapper, thank you very much, sir. You are now in the VIP room, of course, on our Discord. So I hope you have a great day, and you'll be back later. Oh, excellent! You'll be back later. 2-hour flight, so we're not even in the air yet. Plenty of time to catch up with us. Thank you very much for your support to the channel. 39928. As I just rounded that up. 39928. Alright, it has just rounded it up. Digital flight deck, you've still got the Bing map data turned off. What does the sim look like then without that turned? Mine's still turned on, and it was all the way through the flight yesterday, so I was expecting the worst, but thankfully it worked. Jonas Sims, good morning. Scanning 941, we do have the freeware add-on of Palmero, so we'll see what that's like when we get there as well. Interesting approach as well, it's an RNAV approach. So, Yakovec, did I know the brand new textures have been... Yes, I did, and we shall be flying with them on this evening's stream. Not this stream at the moment, but we will be on this evening's stream. Alright, so there's our init A all done. Let's come and have a look then at the flight plan. Connor Ellis, I've not got the version with the new textures. How many times I'm going to have to say that this stream? But we will fly tonight, Connor, so join me tonight. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and we will fly tonight as we're zipping around the UK to see what Microsoft have broken. Okay, so I need to check this flight plan then carefully to see if everything's been pulled in. And I'm actually looking at this. That looks like it might have done. That is actually looking much better, this, isn't it? Everything looks like it's been pulled in. Paul Stockton, thank you very, very much, sir, for your kind support to the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really glad that the flights are helping keep you entertained during this boring period in our lives. So, from Paris Orly then, we are departing from runway 24. Runway 24. And it is the Okazi 8 Sierra. There it is. Okazi 8 Sierra. Inserted. And now let's have a look for our departure. Our arrival is to be the Giano 1 Echo. And it's 25. ILS 25, I thought it was an RNAV approach. Let me grab these charts. Scanning 941, what is the origin and destination for tonight? I don't know yet. I'm waiting for confirmation of what Microsoft have updated. I want to try and take a look at what we what they have done. and then it'll be basically based around that. I think we're going to be finishing at Edinburgh. ILS Zulu runway 25. It is ILS Zulu runway 25 in Giano to November. So it is ILS Zulu runway 25. There we go. I thought it was an RNAV. No, it's not. And then it is the Giano to November. Giano. Hang on a second, that can't be right. Standing 941, thank you very, very much, sir, for your kind support. It's not the November, ignore me, it's the Giano 1 Echo. Giano 1 Echo. There it is. And we'll get that inserted. There we go. So that's now all inserted. Let's check the flight plan distance. That's showing a distance of 825 and we've got 863 on the operational flight plan. That's close enough. Alright, well at least that's all pulled in correctly this time. So there's our flight plan all sorted. Let's see what that looks like then in plan mode. So there is our turn. We do have one of those USRs on departure, as we do have to fly a little bit manually with certain tracks, but I'll go through that in the departure briefing in a moment. So just checking what this looks like on our arrival. There we go. That looks to be coded very, very nicely. Get those constraints on now. So, Votify, do commercial planes come with the simulator? Yes, they do. The Airbus A320, the Boeing 747, and if you have the premium version, the Dreamliner, the Boeing 787. Scanning 941, enjoying every single one of the streams and videos. Thank you very, very much, sir. As I say, hope we can keep you entertained during this this dull period in human history. Is that user point representing discontinuity? I believe so, yes, Bianca, or sort of, yes. Okay, so 49 passengers still remaining to get on board. Okay, let's come down to the RadNav page then here, and what I want to put in for this, for our departure, is we want 112.15 in there, 112.15, and that's going to go in our LS. I can't go in the LS, that's complete rubbish. 112.15 goes in the VR1, out of the range of frequencies for ILSs. 115.12 is now there. Let's turn that on here, so we've got that on the navigation display. There it is, 1.2 miles away currently. Again, I'll go through why I'm doing this in a moment. Alright, let's go to our init B page. So, the zero fuel weight for today is 59.7. And center of gravity we can just set as 30.0. We have a tailwind of 37 today, so that's nice. Tailwind 37. And let's see what the planned block fuel would be. So that's just in 5.2. 5.2, we've got 6.9. 6.9. So take away 66.5, that is nice and accurate. We'll just let the rest of the figures compute. There we go. It's not put anything for our alternate. I'm just going to double check we have put the alternate in there. Yeah, we have, so I'm not sure why that's not giving us any. So the alternate will take 1.9 tons. 1.9 tons. Flying time 58 minutes. That's pretty bang on. We've got, in fact, that is bang on. Wonderful. And when we get to Palmero, the estimated fuel on board is about 2.5 tons there. That will most likely increase, but never mind. Excellent. Sean, you would like to say a big thank you for the tutorials. No experience flying the A320. Now you can fly with the McDo and landing with the ILS. Excellent. Well done, Sean. Hope you're finding that nice and rewarding. Alright, so that is the init B page. Now let's have a look at our takeoff performance. Alright, so transition altitude here, we've not got it on any of the oh yes we do. Trans altitude is 5,000 feet. As I said, not got that in front of me, but I have. It's 5,000 feet. It's flaps 1 for takeoff and a calculated flex temp of 65. Okay, let me quickly talk about the departure then. So we have specific things that we need to follow here departing Paris Orly. Thrust reduction is 1800. Actually, if you read the departure briefings here, you get given specific altitudes to pop these into, which I've not seen before. So thrust reduction is 1800. The acceleration won't kick in until 3300. At which point we can then go back to normal speeds. Let's pop that in. And one of the other things that it told me when reading is that we need to maintain basically V2 plus 10 and flaps 1 until we're above 3,300. So let's just have a quick look at these once they've been computed. So V2 plus 10 takes us to 148. That's a nice low speed, isn't it? So flaps 1 is going to be holding us about 151. We can actually go and change that then. Selected. So V2 plus 10 will be 148, obviously, as you can see that. 148, we'll key that in. There we go. Alright, so that's the departure all programmed in. And looking good for the takeoff, runway 24. Alright, so let's just do a quick departure briefing then. So I've just spoken about how the thrust reduction acceleration has been given to us in the charts and the departure briefing charts for Paris Orly. Flaps 1 and V2 plus 10 is to be maintained until 3,300 feet. After departure, we need to fly a track of 241 degrees until we are 4.1 miles DME from the VOR. After that, we turn left slightly to a track of 235 until we are 7.1 miles away, and then we make our left turn to continue on the SID. Excellent. So hopefully that is now all programmed in. I think our passengers are boarded. Yes, they are. We'll welcome them on board. Get rid of the jetway. Close the doors. We can link them to do on the tablet as well. Let's see if that works. Cargo door is now closed. Is it? Always worth double checking with a big look outside. Yes, it is. Cargo door is closed. Let's close the main door then. Captain data, so we are at Paris Orly and we are headed to Palmero in Italy.
That's great, thank you.
Let's get rid of the jetway. Off it goes. Oh, we can see Nick again now in the British Airways. So what time will the update be? It's usually around 1700 hours. Zulu time, that is. Zulu time.
Gentlemen, hello from Flight Deck. My name is Gavin and I'm your captain today, and I'd like to welcome you on board this Easyjet A320 aircraft. We're not expecting any delays and we're going to get pushing back pretty soon. The guys on the ground have just popped the last of the luggage away, so if you can assist the cabin crew in getting yourself sat down, seatbelts on, everything fastened, and give them your full attention throughout the safety briefing, and we'll get going as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for choosing Easyjet, and we'll finish the flight today.
Okay, so quick departure briefing then. The weather is absolutely fine. If we do have any problems, we've got no issues returning here. We're under the landing maximum landing weight, so wouldn't need to be too concerned with that. Aircraft is all good because I've got my trusty cup of tea just there, look. Just having a look. Will my map update? Well, the map seems to have updated, but the the little icon showing where the aircraft is no longer there. Never mind. No times to worry about, and threats. So we've got our transition altitude 5,000 feet, our stop climb altitude of 8,000 feet, minimum safe altitude 3,200 feet, flex temp of 65 is programmed. All right, so let's run our before start checklist to the line. Cockpit preparation is complete, signs are on and auto, the ideas are aligned and set nav. In fact, speaking of that, we actually don't want that, do we? We would like to change, and we're going to be flying a track heading of, on departure, 241. So let's change that. So 241 until 4.1 miles away. There we go. Fuel quantity is loaded, checked, balanced, and then flight management guidance system is all keyed in and programmed. Altimeter 1017 set and cross-checked. So let me tune the radios now over to Unicom, which is 122.8, and I'm just going to double check that no more air traffic control has come online. I don't think it has. No, it hasn't. No, 122.8. Pull up my ground charts to see whereabouts we are going. Alright, so what will basically happen is we push back tail to the west, and then we're basically taxiing straight out via Lima Papa and Whiskey 41. Which are those just behind us there? Whiskey 1 is that old looking runway there. Check my VPilot is connected, I believe it is. There we go. Paris Orly traffic, Easy 34 Alpha Mike is pushing back tail to the west onto Whiskey 3 for taxi via Lima Papa, Whiskey 41 for takeoff runway 24. Okay, so that would be our pushback clearance if we had air traffic control here. So let's get the tug here, let's get the rotating beacon light on. We can now start the APU as well. So here comes the tug. I should have started that APU about 5 minutes ago, to be fair. So that's my fault for delaying the APU start. So we'll just hold here for a moment.
Paris traffic, Easyjet taxing via Lima Uniformia Tango, Lima Romeo, Whiskey 1 and Whiskey 41, Easyjet 54.
Yeah, and there's a new version of the fly-by-wire that is extremely good with new textures. Yes, I'm aware of that. We shall be flying it this evening. But I like to fly when I'm flying properly. I prefer to have the custom fly-by-wire build. Because it flies much nicer. Particularly for hand flying on the approach. We don't have any problems with the rudder when we touch down, and we can also handle crosswinds. And the custom fly-by-wire version is usually about 48 hours behind. So I will be checking that out this evening. Okay, rotating beacon light on, nose wheel steering is disconnected. Check the acupressure. Transponder to auto. Parking brake on, thrust levers idle. Let's do the before start checklist below the line. Windows and doors are closed. No fighting today from self-loading cargo. Rotating beacon light is on. Parking brake is currently on. Alright, I think we are clear to push back and start the engines. So parking brakes released. Back we go. Engine mode select, ignition and starting engine 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew I ask that you please direct your attention to the monitors as we review the emergency procedures. There are 6 emergency exits on the aircraft. Take a minute to locate the one closest to you and note that it may be behind you. Count the number of rows to the exit. Should the cabin experience pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from the cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like
Starting
this,
engine
and
2.
pull the strap to tighten it. If you are traveling with children, make sure you put your own mask on first before helping others. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing and evacuation, leave your carry-on luggage and items behind. Life rafts are located below your seats and emergency lighting in the floors will lead you to the closest exit. We ask that you make sure that all carry-on luggage is stowed away safely during the flight. While we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety procedures on the card in the pocket in front of you. Thank you for your attention and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Just wait for these engines to spool up then. And our trim setting today with that 29.7 is down 0.3. Engine 1 and 2 both stabilized. Okay, so engine mode select norm. APU bleed can now come off. Engine and wing anti-ice all going on. For the departure, APU master can now come off. Ground spoilers armed, flaps 1. Pitch trim down 0.3. And we are clear to disconnect. Wave goodbye to the tug driver. Sean for the A320neo engine 1 first. Engine 1. After start checklist. Anti-ice on. Eco status checked or green. Pitch trim set down 0.2. Correction down 0.3.
Forest traffic is it's a forward holding behind company Airbus
And
A320.
rudder trim check set 0.
Let's have a LFPO-LICJ then at runway 26 right for D-mark off, D-mark for flat.
Flight control check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full right. Rudder. Full left. Rudder. Neutral. Okay, let's get the weather radar and predictive wind shears on. Transponder is confirmed. Auto brake set max. connecting the cabin crew.
Cabin crew, if you can take your seats for takeoff.
Still got the blue memo on there. Should we try that again? There we go. TO config, check. No blue. And we'll just review our departure as we start taxiing. So, flight controls, check. Flap setting, config 1. FMA takeoff data, 133 blue. 138, which is very important, magenta. Climb blue, track green, and flex temp 65 degrees, flight directors 1 and 2 both on. Transponder is set, ECA memo no blue, and the AFB is all set. Okay, so release parking brakes, and whilst we're taxiing out, we'll just do our quick briefing on the departure once again. So no issues with regards to change of performance. However, we do need to know that the takeoff for this is a takeoff track 241 to 4.1 miles out, then left turn to 235 until 7.1 miles out, then we continue on the SID. We need to hold V2 plus 10 until above 3,300 feet with flaps 1 configuration settings, so that makes a thrust reduction at 1800 feet, and a thrust acceleration altitude is 330. Brake check.
Hi, traffic Aero Trans 938, outbound for runway 26, flight time 10,000.
And Seabird 464 pushing back up to the Easyjetsimpilot taxi departure.
Engine out. If we have a problem, we shall be returning here. Departure matches what we've
All
got.
traffic American 1652, taxiing to runway 24, holding short Whiskey 41 via Whiskey 3 Lima Papa.
And our stop altitude for the climb is 8,000 feet. So hold short here.
American 1652, can you change your taxi route to Whiskey 1 instead of Whiskey 3? That way you won't be blocked by aircraft that are pushing and starting.
Yeah, affirmative, I can do that.
Okay, so let us now just do the before takeoff checks. Check the wheel temperatures. All good. And let's get those lights on. Approach path is clear. Transponder on TCAS, T-A-R-A, tilt above. Anti-ice is on, packs 1 and 2 can come off. And before takeoff checklist below the line, cabin is secured for takeoff. Engine mode selector, norm, TCAS, TARA, packs off, anti-ice on. Paris Orly traffic, Easy34 Alpha Mike is lining up for departure runway 24 to the south. Okay, so we'll get lined up and we shall get on our way to Palmero. Should be there approximately, I would say 14:15 Zulu time, 14:15 hours Zulu time. George FS, just to let you know, we don't have the new textures in this
Traffic Aircraft 938, pattern 5000, question, pattern 5056, climb 5035.
Okay, so just do the final checks all is looking good here. Okay, side stick forward, take off, and start the chrono. 50% in 1. And set flex temp. Man flex, SRS, and runway.
Check.
As far as
V1.
traffic is for running behind the departing company Airbus A320.
Positive right. 0.
So putting autopilot 1 engaged. Packs coming back on. Climb thrust. Ground spoilers disarmed. And at 4.1 miles, we just want to change that to track 2235. So we're now over 3,300 feet. We can select normal speed. Get that nose down. Track 235. Speed starting to climb now, as you can see. Pass S speed in 1 second. There we go. So S speed, flaps 0. And after passing 7.1 miles, we can make that left turn out. Standard pressure set. That's a bit of a nasty climb rate, 6,000 feet, but never mind. Okay, so now we can go into managed mode, starting that left-hand turn.
Orally traffic, Skyways 5556 taxiing, Whiskey 3 Lima Papa, holding short, Whiskey 41 for runway 24. We will slide in behind the American Airlines A320.
Ben, the first officer screens do work. I've just turned them off. It saves frame rates. That's the only reason.
Flight UK, Whiskey 41.
Scandi 941, it absolutely does save on frame rates. Try it out. It's a great little frame rate saver. So there our stop climb altitude 8,000 feet. We have no air traffic control, so we are going to now continue.
All traffic American 1652 will line up and hold runway 24.
Flight level 370. 370 blue. Anti-ice will remain on. We'll just see what this cloud bank is like in terms of turbulence. I'm expecting quite a nice smooth flight today, but if not, then we shall... if no turbulence, then we'll release the cabin crew so they can do what they do. Scandi 941, that's why you like the channel so much. It's these little nuggets of information.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may now use your electronic devices. Rechargeable battery packs are available for your smartphones and tablets at an additional super chats or super sticker cost. Please ask your cabin crew for more information.
So let's get the lights off. Passing 10,000 feet, so we'll obviously start to accelerate now to our cruise speed. Sean, it very well may save on the crash to desktops, which are a pain. I hope all of you are going to join me tonight for the UK flight. And we'll see what's broken.
Traffic America 1652 taking off runway 24, ACAS 8 Sierra departure.
So we've just dinged the cabin crew. They can start moving about, getting ready to serve tea and filling up my wonderful EasyJet coffee cup. Courtesy of Nick in the stream, who's the British Airways pilot, also flying with us today. Behind us somewhere.
Orly traffic, Skyway 5556, taking position and holding runway 24.
So that's digital flight deck that you just heard on the air traffic control. Don't think we've got any air traffic control with us today at the moment. However, perhaps air traffic control at Palmero will suddenly turn on when we're about 100 miles away. That tends to happen quite a lot, doesn't it? Oh, Sean, yeah, that is a very good point. So it will be... actually, I don't think, Sean, it won't be late for you. It would be very early. Very, very early. There's still no top of descent point. No, afraid not. Optimum climb 390, and we're going to cruise at 370, so that's all well and good. High level clouds, aren't they, today, these? Pradeep, estimated arrival time in minutes. Oh, no idea. Have a look at the top of the stream. That is where the ETA is. It's about 2 hours. A little under 2 hours. Flying Club NL. Good morning from the Netherlands. MFS pilot, you've got about an hour and 30 minutes before we hit the top of descent, so I think you're good. Unless your local shop is 50 miles away.
Orly traffic, Skyway 5556 departing runway 24 on the Apache 8 Papa departure.
So France at the moment around Paris covered in a layer of cloud, not much sunshine down there, is there? And I love that the ground actually has shadows and sun. So immersive. So very, very immersive. Apple Game Studios, good morning from Chechnya. And Yorkshire Pud 63, great to see you. While we're climbing to cruise altitude, do me a favour guys, hit the like button for the stream if you haven't already. See if we can boost our YouTube viewing figures. Oh, Rosie Alpaca, all the time my friends, so self-loading cargo doesn't close the door. I have discovered there is an option within self-loading cargo not to open the doors automatically or close them automatically. So I use the Pushback helper app, which is, or add-on, which is free to download from flightsim.to, and you can control the doors from that. Look at this as we're going into this layer of cloud. It's getting murky underneath. That is just awesome. Kira PG, you can confirm it's cloudy and grey over Paris. Excellent. Spitfire 100, good morning, great to see you. So I just want to get through this cloud layer before releasing the passengers, just in case we do have any turbulence coming through it. We shouldn't. Gus, we are flying from Paris Orly to Palmero in Italy. FN1 crew, good morning. Great to see all you guys checking in.
The airplane that was talking with us a second ago, please check your microphone, we can barely hear anything.
Dudu S, good morning, and Ryan, love the sim, absolutely love the sim. Passing flight level 250. Ryan, I can completely understand why your parents will not allow you to get Microsoft Flight Sim until all your tests are done. You can waste so much time, that's the wrong phrase, you don't waste time, but you can spend so much time in this. Oh, Gus, thank you very much for the subscription. Our subscribers are climbing daily now, aren't they? Which is just phenomenal. Thank you very much to each and every one of you that have subscribed to the channel. So I'm going to be with you on the microphone as per usual until we get to cruising altitude. Once we get to cruising altitude, I will be with you in the chat room. And then I'll be back with you on the microphone until when we get to our top of descent to do an approach briefing. And then we shall all disappear, spending the afternoon hopefully downloading the World Update number 3 for the UK. And then I'll be back on the streaming this evening, flying the A320 around the UK, taking a little look at what we can see, and a little look at what they have broken. We may end up just flying the default A320 tonight if the fly-by-wire one's been destroyed. Fly-by-wire team are all poised and ready though, ready to go and fix whatever they break. Sean, is managed mode autopilot working on the 320NX? You had issues last week with the descent and it knows that. Right, so managed mode in the A320 for climb works perfectly. Oh, perfectly maybe over-egging it a little bit, but it works beautifully. So you shouldn't have any issues with managed mode for the climb. For descent, however, yeah, it will just nosedive you down. So you're best setting your own VS speed for that. Oh, Gus, you'd like the simulator, but you don't have a PC. Well, that's a bit of a bit of a stopping point, then, isn't it? PC is required. Okay, SAT is minus 46. Let's get those de-icers off. We'll have a quick look outside as well to see if HD is frozen over. Oh, no, he's not. No ice on us today. Reynolds, how do we know the descent time? I tell you, basically. I do have a video tutorial to tell you how to work out the top of your descent. Scandi 941, off for lunch. I shall speak to you very soon. Thanks again for your support to the channel, my friend. Climbing above that cloud layer now, so that's nice. So not expecting any bad weather at all during the flight today. Absolutely nothing, it's just high pressure, high pressure. Oh, Danny, thank you very much. Glad you enjoy the streams. Sasha, well, we always fly on VATSIM, except like tonight when we're just going to be exploring the UK. I probably won't even have a flight plan tonight. We'll just take off and pop in some VORs. We might do it old school, VFR in the A320. But yeah, weather's pretty good for the flight today, so that's nice, nothing to worry about.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you are free to move about the cabin. However, please note that we do recommend you fasten your seatbelts at all times when you are seated in case of turbulence. Thank you.
Gus, can you fly 747? Yes, you can. There is a 747 available with the simulator. And 5 miles high, the update for the UK today should come out. It's usually around 1700 hours Zulu time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our drinks selection, including tea, coffee and cold beverages. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. As this is a paid-for service, please consider tipping your cabin crew with stickers and super chats. Thank you.
FB, anyone else had issues on the approach, losing contact with the ILS on the A320NX mod? What is that? I don't know what the A320NX mod is. Sean, the 727s, oh my god, they're noisy. So I live very close to Doncaster, Robin Hood, Sheffield Airport, whatever it's called. Echo Golf Charlie November, to give it its code. And they have two 727s stationed there, I think. They're the oil spill reserve 727s. And when they either go out to response, which thankfully is very rare, but they do have to train. So when they go out training, oh my word, when they fly over the house, everything rattles. Obviously very, very old aircraft, very old engines. Danny, the cabin crew doesn't sound real. That's because they're not real. We're in a simulator. Mad Pilot 01, has world update been delayed again? I sincerely hope not. Better not have done. Hi Kyle, why on earth would I want to click Control F1, right? So Gus, can we fly Amsterdam to Bangkok? How long is that flight? We always do EasyJet flights here on this channel, with the exception of course on Monday, when we do long haul flights. So we normally do about 6 hours on a Monday, 6 hour flight. Having said that, yesterday we did a special extra length flight. That stream yesterday was over 8 hours. Over 8 hours the sim was running, not one single issue, which I think was amazing. Not just for me, but 6 others as well, also flying the same route. So yeah, it does mean that when flying that sort of time, I did have to have a couple of hours off during the stream, sort the children out. But if that didn't bother too many people, it's certainly something we might do again.
The cabin crew will be making their way around serving drinks, hot coffee, teas, etc. So if you need any aisles on the or items, we invite you to sit back and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
Okay, so we're now at cruising altitude. Cycling through all the SD pages still doesn't work, so we have to do this manually. Was looking good there. Lead air, landing elevation auto. Hardly anything on the electric page is there. Oh, HD, good morning. Yes, I'm afraid you did. I'm sure you'll have fun debriefing that. Fuel page looks good. APU is obviously off. 23 degrees in the cabin. Doors fine, and wheels at a beautiful temperature. Flight controls all good. So let's see how we're doing. We're currently about to pass over Okira. Let's just double check that flight plan. I've been flying now for about 19 minutes, and Okira should be there at 18, so potentially about a couple of minutes behind. However, our fuel is absolutely fine as well, so that's okay. Anyone that has joined a little bit late and wants to see the flight plan, there we go. Good morning, yeah. It is a nice pre-World Update 3. I don't know why they call it a World Update. They're only updating the UK, aren't they? HD, you were going to suggest Sicily. Well, I'm not far off. Not far off. Didn't want to do a massive flight today given the amount of flying we did yesterday, and I will be back tonight to have a look how the new update has done. So we'll see. Oh, sorry, HD, I misread. So you actually think El Palmero? I haven't even spoke to you about this flight, so that is pretty freaky. What was it you said? I'm slowly starting to think about you. Well, there we are. Cabin crew is coming around with the tea. So we're now all on our way. So let's just get back in here and we'll just do some checks of en route weathers, see what's open. With the high pressure over Europe today, I'm guessing everywhere shall be okay. So quick weather request. I have also seen as well, HD will be very pleased to hear this, the airports that are in green up here, fly-by-wire, are looking at changing them, so you can populate those yourself. Now, let me have a look. Lima Fox, Lima Lima. Let's check that. And look at the standby. Can I change that? Oh, there we go. That looks a little bit more realistic now, doesn't it? Lima Fox, Lima Lima. And we'll also check Lima Fox, Mike November as well. Lima Fox, Mike November. Send those off. Gibianca, so is top of the 10 calculator top priority for me, or do you think there's other things that need fixing? I would prefer the navigation computer to just do what I expect it to do. I can live without the top of descent. I can work that out myself to try and keep that on profile. What I don't like is the aircraft doing daft things in the star and turning towards the runway threshold, or when you have to change a star, the flight plan just completely getting screwed up. So I'd much rather that be looked at, to be fair. Oh, HD, you're now going into completely other realms. Other realms of reality. I think we can do that now, can't we? On VFR2. Uh, 121.5, the guard frequency. There we go. Right, let's have a look at these weathers, and then I'm going to have to disappear and I'm going to fill up my coffee cup. Messages received, Meta. Alright, so what have we got at our destination? At the moment, winds 270 at 8. There is some terrain around, so we may get a couple of gusts of that, something to be aware of. Look at the QNH, nice and high down there. A few clouds, 4,500 feet, so that's pretty neat as well. Let's just have a look at Leon and Nice. So that's a little bit windy. 18017, but few clouds and visibility is good. No significant changes there. Oh, and Nice is very nice. So yeah, that's all looking quite nice. Christian, yes, you can delete waypoints in the star to clean up the approach flight plan, yeah. HD farmyard. Have they got nothing better to do while on frequency? Okay, so I'm now going to come off the microphone. I'm going to go and fill my coffee cup. Look at this. HD won't have seen this. Look, look, look. I've got my own custom coffee cup. Bet not even you have one of those. Wonder how much we could sell merchandise like that for. So, yeah, I'm going to go fill that up. I will be back with you in the chat room in a few minutes. Then obviously back with you on the microphone for our approach and descent. Tonight's stream, just quickly give you information about that. So the world update comes today, usually around 1700 hours Zulu time. There will be a stream tonight, probably starting around 8 PM in the UK, so that is 2000 hours Zulu time. Don't know where we're flying from, don't know where we're flying to. We will use the latest fly-by-wire aircraft with the new textures, and we're just going to zip around the UK, see what we can see in the A320. Not on VATSIM, of course. And yeah, we're just going to try and visit, see what airports we can get in and out at, and have a little bit of fun. Presuming, of course, Microsoft haven't broken anything. So let's see. Alright guys, thank you for watching the departure. I'm going to go back to the galley, get myself another drink, and I shall be with you back in the chat room very soon. Bye bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our lunch menu. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. If you would like to upgrade your meal to the premium package, please pay the cabin crew using stickers or super chats to help support the channel. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to serve our drinks selection, including tea, coffee and cold beverages. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position and clear any items from the aisle. As this is a paid-for service, please consider tipping your cabin crew with stickers and super chats. Thank you.
Hey guys, so I'm back with you now to talk through our arrival briefing, get to the top of the descent, and hopefully come in for a nice little scenic landing at Palmiro. Right, where are we? We're currently 165 miles away from the Palmiro VOR, which is not stationed on the airport. So let's quickly talk through how we expect this arrival to go. We're planned to arrive runway 25 ILS Zulu approach via the Giano 1 Echo arrival. That requires us to be 8,000 feet at a distance of 34 miles from the PAL VOR. So we need to start our top of descent at about 121 miles away. However, we've got a decent tailwind, so I'm going to look and start that in a moment. We're 159 miles away now, so we need to take that tailwind into consideration. We've then got a 30-mile DME arc to go around and bring us in for the ILS 25 arrival, descending down to 4,000 feet by the end of the arc. However, there are some restrictions for 5,000 feet prior to that. However, they all seem to be coded correctly in the simulator, so we may see what VNAV does once we get down to 8,000 feet and see how that manages it. In the final turn towards the Baddock waypoint, max speed 200 knots, but we'll have most likely started to configure by that point. Platform altitude is 3,000 feet, transition altitude is 5,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude is 5,200 feet to the north and 7,700 feet. There is a big rock to the left as we come in on the approach, so we don't want to fly into that, do we? Be aware there could be some winds and a bit of wind shear coming off that rock given the direction of the winds today. Missed approach is turn right as soon as possible to 290 degrees and climb 3,000 feet. Makes it all sound so straightforward and easy, doesn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, just from the flight deck again, just to let you know how shortly you start descending towards our destination. The cabin crew will soon be preparing the aircraft cabin for our arrival, so if you can help them make sure the aisles are kept clear of any baggage, etc., so they can make their way around the aircraft, that would be most appreciated. Thank you, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Okay then, let's get back in our flight deck. And I'm just going to check our RadNav page. We don't have an ILS frequency actually populated in there for some reason, so let's go and key that in manually. We do have some scenery add-on for this airport, so that may be the cause of the problem. It should be 109.5. 109.5. Let's hope that is coded correctly when we get there. If not, the weather's pretty good, so we could be looking at visual anyway if needed. Let's close the VFR map, we don't need that anymore. When do I do a live? Every day. Most days. There are times when obviously that can't happen, but at the moment, yeah. Air traffic control. Do we have any air traffic control online? No, we do not, as it stands at the moment. Okay, so let's start that descent now down to 8,000 feet. And given the tailwind as well, I'm going to just set that to 180. And we'll roll the speed back a little as well. So let me just zoom in on the, in fact, before I forget, I am going to turn the chat off. I think I forgot to do that yesterday on the landing in Sydney. So we're on our way down now. Let me just go to plan mode and zoom in, and hopefully this will become a little bit more clear. So essentially, Headed now to Giano, which is the start of the approach. After Giano, as you can see just there, then it's actually got coded that it wants to be above 5,000 feet. We want to be at 8,000 feet.
We began our descent into our destination. We're not expecting any air traffic control delays, so we should have you on the ground shortly. If you could now please assist the cabin crew by tightening your tray tables and having them heavy litter as they come around, it would be much appreciated, and make sure that you fasten your seatbelts. For safety reasons, please turn off any electronic devices you have, or switch air away from your mobile phones. Please note the aircraft toilets will also shortly go out of use. Thank you, and we'll see you on the ground shortly.
You mean HD? Apart from check if you need the local pressure set, no. 080 blue. Okay, yeah, so as you can see there, R326, we're actually going to be, that's about 30 miles away, 34 miles away rather, from the PAL VOR. We then want to continue this DME arc. Let me just, so you can see there, DME arc all correctly coded, so it's down to 5,000 feet, then down to 4,000 feet, that is coded correctly, and then finally at 3,000 feet for the final turn here. And if we just take a quick look at the chart, you'll see it's actually down to 3,500 feet until Lavru. 3,500 feet is at Lavru. Other than that, that all seems to be corrected, coded in quite nicely. Following Lavru, it's down to 3,000 feet. HD, what are we doing? QNH. Transition altitude 5,000 feet, unless I've misread that somewhere. So at the moment, I'm still at flight level 080. Did I say altitude 8,000? That may have confused things. I'm sure you'll tell me if I am wrong. And who am I to argue? Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. According to the charts I've got anyway. Aviation Global, is there a keyboard button for the reverser? I'm not sure if there is or not. I've just set my own on the side stick. Oh, HD, that was me that confused you. That's fine. No, it is altitude 8,000. Flight level 8,000. Got me at it now. Flight level 8,000. We then are descending to altitude 3,000. Flight level 8,000. Then down to altitude 3,000. The transition level is 5,000. ...101 miles from Palmero VOR, and as I said, we want to be at altitude at flight level 8,000. I'm going to get myself in check. Flight level 8,000 by 34 miles. Easyjet, is there any air traffic control? No, afraid not. Unless they all pop on at the last minute. Flight level 80. Flight level 80. So we're on our way down now. The local QNH, let's just check that that hasn't changed. My Easyjet coffee cup is glistening in the sunlight. Beautiful. 1030, so that has changed actually. Let's just update that. 1030. Let's get that in the standby. There we go. So just for confirmation, the transition altitude in Palmero is 5,000 feet. Sasha, we are landing ILS Zulu approach to runway 25. .87 miles away from the Palmera VOR. And if we hold this speed, the Alitalia aircraft that I can see in front of me on VATSIM should be far enough in front to land. Oscar Place, so the banner at the top is from Fly Live Studio. You cannot see it in your simulator. I can't see that. You can only see it in the stream. It has nothing to do with the simulator. So you wouldn't be able to download it and fly, for example, with it in your simulator. J-Hog, good afternoon. Can't remember if I mentioned, but the final turning point where we start to go direct towards Lavru, we've got a max speed of 200 there. I think I did mention that, didn't I? But that's fine. The Rapper, you just got back from work in time. See, you missed nothing. So J-Hog, the update is usually, I know you're in the UK, so about 5 PM. About 5 PM here in the UK. Oh, HD, that's complicated. But it is, yeah. It is QNH 1030. MFS Pilot, okay, so the live stream tonight after the UK update, where we're taking the, we're basically going to pick an airport. I'll pick the airport once the update is complete. Pick the airport in the UK, take off from it, fly to another airport, have a look at some scenery on the way down, and we're just going to basically dogleg our way up the British Isles in the A320. We will have it on daytime, of course. We'll not use live time. I want to see it. It'll be night time when it comes. But yeah. Lewis, how do you enable the fly pad? Your version doesn't have it. If the fly pad is there, you just have to click it to turn it on. It doesn't power on automatically. J-Hog, no, it won't be a community flight. It's just a live stream. Basically, every time we do an update, I do basically a test flight to see what's broken. So that will happen, MFS Pilot, probably about 2000 hours Zulu. So here in the UK, 8 PM. So just passing 20,000 feet now, about 30 miles to go to be at that altitude. Let's get the passengers all sorted.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelts as soon as possible. Thank you.
Louise, oh, thank you very kindly for your nice words. Hope that the videos, of course, do entertain, but also help. It's one of the main things we want to do. Stinkies, what does fly-by-wire mod actually do? It basically takes the default Airbus 320 that came with Microsoft Flight Simulator and increases its functionality. Lots more things work, it's much more realistic. You can't just jump in and fly without setting some things up, otherwise it will act very, very strangely. So, we've got the weather and landing information. Flight management guidance computers all set. Landing elevation is 50 feet. We've talked through the arrival briefing. We will have the terrain on the navigation display. we've got no weather to worry about, so that can come on now. Standby QNH is set. Ecam status all green. Engine mode select norm. Cabin crew is preparing for landing. Seatbelts are on. Approach checklist. Minimum descent altitude is 5,000 feet. And engine mode select norm. Electronic flight flag is all set. Digital, are you kidding me? Was air traffic control come online? No, right, okay, it's just the tower. That's fine. And they do have a transition level now of 60, so fair enough. According to the ATIS. So it is just the tower that is online. That is fine. He obviously saw us coming. What is the frequency for that? 119050. 119050. I think they've changed the fonts of these, certainly the spacing of the numbers. I don't know if they look better or worse HD. You can confirm that. If you can remember what you look like, what they look like, bless you. HD, we're getting an air traffic control following, that's right. I just wish they'd come online a bit earlier, not when we're 30 miles away from the place. But it is the tower, so they basically will just clear us to land, etc. They can't really do anything else. Okay, so we just need to get down a little quicker now. Roll that speed back. There should be enough separation between myself and the aircraft that was in front. So I'm just going to make a quick call on Unicom now. Palmero traffic, Easy34 Alpha Mike is 5 miles from starting the DME arc approach to runway 25, switching over to tower air traffic control frequency now. Oscar, that is correct, from Fly Live Studios. Yeah, Christian, VATSIM air traffic controllers just watch the stream, see that we're there, and then come on as late as possible just to change everything. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened. HD, that's what you do. So the flight plan is all sequenced, and we can start to have a look. Where's the decel point? I'm just trying to find that on the it's not actually, can't see that programmed in anywhere, but we can probably enter that now. So in fact we may have already passed it. Oh no, we haven't. Right, approach phase in, manage mode selected. Okay, so now let's see how this works. So 4,000 feet managed descent. Okay, so altitude 5,000 magenta, that is because of the altitude constraints that we've got there. We're at 10,000 feet. Let's set standard pressure 1030. Let's get the lights on. And there's a little private message saying give a call when established. See you in a minute. So Alpha Thomas, this is the custom build. The custom build. So I'm expecting this now to hold the constraints. Just checking that the correct ILS information is populated. Romeo Alpha India, that is correct. Wonderful. So this is now flying that DME arc that we can see. I like that these seem to have worked from day one actually. So that's very nice. Descent rate of 1800 feet per minute, so that's quite nice as well. So it's going to hold us at altitude 5000 until, don't know if you can just see on here, let me just quickly zoom in. So you can see we'll hold at altitude 5000 until passing this waypoint, Romeo 359, then it will continue down to 4000.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing if you can prepare the cabin, thank you.
So we've been flying for 1 hour 48 minutes. I did say it was about 2 hours. Keep those spoilers out to keep us nice and steady. HD, yes we can. So the platform is 3000, and that's what I actually said right at the start. All of these constraints seem to be modelled correctly, which is unusual. What the big difference in the constraints here is, for the first time I've actually seen that they've got plus 5000 and plus 4000 plus 3500, whereas before, if they've just got the constraints, normally they want the aircraft to be below then, so this gradual vertical profile for descent doesn't work. So altitude 3000 set, 5000 magenta. The Rapper, you're just impressed it's following the flight plan. It's following it very nicely. Very, very nicely. In fact, it almost looks like it's going to hit that Romeo 359 bang on 5,000 feet. So you can see the displays flashing now. Oscar plays, I am indeed using OBS. So the FlyLive Studio does come with a detailed manual, so worth reading. So there we go, we're now 4000 magenta. And we've also got the speed restriction as well, that's kicked in at 200 knots. So let's switch over to the tower frequency. Oh, I do like this when it works. I do think one of the biggest problems, I know people say VNAV doesn't work, but one of the biggest problems with VNAV is the fact that the constraints aren't coded correctly in most of them. MFS pilot, so magenta is a constraint. The aircraft will not descend past the constraint. Coming up on 4000 now. And we should be able to see, there's the land over there that we're going to be coming around to in a moment. So we're now at altitude 4,000 feet. HD it is, isn't it? This is working really, really nice, and it is because the constraints are programmed with the plus. Normally they're programmed with a minus, and you can't change the constraints on a star. You can change them for any other waypoint, but at the moment you can't change them on a star. Yep, that's the biggest surprise until the UK update tonight. J-Hog, you've got a 9-piece KFC bucket. Do KFC deliver? Or is it the wife delivering? No, it's not holding the speed restriction, is it, Christian? It's actually just targeting green dot. However, let's set flaps 1. Then it's going to drop us down below the speed restriction, so that's fine. Sasha, no, not Pack X, it is self-loading cargo. So doing flaps 1 has just given us that balloon. So I'll get us back down again in a minute. Just watching that speed tape there, because we had a bit of an engine increase as well. Oh, HD, fair enough. So even the approach phase targets green dot rather than the constraints. Ah, that's interesting. That I didn't know. Sasha, I'm not really moving the mouse, but it is there. There it is. So here's the right-hand turn. We're now direct to Baddock. Ah, this is where things go slightly wrong, because we should still be at 4,000 feet at Baddock. So let me just set that. So 4,000 blue. And then it is after passing Baddock that we should descend to 3,500, then the platform 3,000 feet. It's actually just holding us there at 3,500 feet. Okay, so for the sake of that, I'm just going to select 3,500. Let that hold it there. That'll be fine. So we did just break the rule ever so slightly, but that's where the coding's not correct in the constraints, and we can't go in and edit the coding. So there, if you have a quick look now on the navigation display, let me zoom in. That's where the coding was incorrect. It's got 4,000 feet at Baddock, which is correct, but it's got a minus 4,000 feet. If it had have set plus 4,000 feet, it would have held us there at 4,000. So then after passing Baddock, that's when we can go to 3,500, as you can see just there at Lavru. We should be in for a nice scenic approach here, guys, shouldn't we? Should be lovely. And then, once we actually get to Baddock, at this point, we should actually intercept the localizer. So, we'll turn on the localizer in a couple of miles' time. Not too soon, because as we've seen before, it does bounce. .5 miles out. So we want to be flight level altitude 3,500 at Baddock. Then after Lavru, descending to 3,000 feet platform altitude, which should capture the glide slope at 9.3 miles, unless of course we've caught it prior to that. So here are the hillsides and mountains that we do not want to hit, obviously. just waiting for some sign of that localizer coming into play. Can probably hit that now, to be fair. There we go. Lock green, cat 3 single. There it is. Localizer alive. Tower Easy34 Alpha Mike is establishing on the localizer at 14 miles, runway 25.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, Palermo, good afternoon. Information Bravo, QNH 1030. You are number 2. Preceding traffic is an Airbus 320, 9 miles in front. Continue approach number 2.
Continue approach number 2, Easy34 Alpha Mike. So I want to give him a little bit of space, so 30 miles out we may slow down nice and early. So flaps 2, get that landing gear down. And start reducing to final approach speed. Give the aircraft in front of us time to land and vacate. Glide slope is alive. On the approach, glide slope blue. Auto brake not required, ground spoilers armed, nose wheel lights. And we're now visual, glide slope captured, go around altitude 3,000 feet set. $10 out, flaps 3. And as I say, I want to be just slowing us back to final approach speed quite early as we've got an aircraft in front of us. Flaps full. Passing 3,000 feet. Speed is rolling back. Okay, we'll ding the cabin crew now. Have a quick passenger view for a few hundred feet.
2,500.
And we do have a add-on airport for this, so hopefully we'll get some decent scenery when we come into land as well, so that'll be nice. Wine, you came back in the best bit. You did indeed. Nothing much to see, sadly, if you're sat on the right hand side of the plane. Never mind. Well, that's a nice view, isn't it? So there is the Alitalia in front of us, just landed. Hopefully we shall get clearance from the tower control in a moment. Radio altimeter is alive.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, the wind 290 degrees 5 knots, runway 25, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 25, Easy34 Alpha Mike. So the cabin is secured for landing, auto thrust, speed, go around altitude is set, ECAM, memo, landing, no blue. (1,500 feet). Slight wind from the right, but not too concerning. It's not a major crosswind like we've seen in the past. And after landing, we should be vacating to the right.
A854 at currently 3,500 feet, shortly descending to 3,000 feet.
Using 854 Palermo, buon pomeriggio. Preceding traffic is currently very close to 2.5 miles ahead. Please reduce to minimum approach speed.
Traffic inside, so reduce to minimum approach speed. 854.
So looking to vacate right on either Bravo or Charlie.
Palermo Tower, American 1652,
landing.
established on the localizer, 14 miles.
American 1652 Palermo, good afternoon. Information
1,000
Bravo
feet.
to NH1030. Please report speed.
And autopilot 1 disconnected.
Current speed is 190, American 1652.
American 1652 will maintain 180 knots until 6 miles.
Maintain 180 until 6 miles, American 1652.
And American 1652, preceding traffic is currently 9
Continue.
miles ahead. You are clear to continue approach number 2.
Approach stable.
Continue approach number 2, American 1652.
I'm having to do very, very little with this approach actually. This is coming beautifully and stable. Slightly off the centre line now. That wind's just blown us a bit, so we'll just get back on there. Down, reverses green. There's Bravo, and we'll take Charlie straight after to get out of the way of the guys behind us. 80 knots. Reverses off.
D34 Alpha Mike, welcome to Palermo. You can taxi via Charlie, right on Tango, left Lima, right Romeo, stand 211.
Taxi via Charlie, Tango, Lima, Romeo to stand 211, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Just making sure we have rolled clear of those stop lines.
American 1652, runway 25, clear to land, the wind 290 degrees, 5 knots. After landing, please vacate, expedite vacating.
Clear to land, expedite vacate, American 1652.
Okay, quickly tidy her up then. So,
D34 Alpha Mike, taxi stand 211 via Charlie, Tango, Lima and Romeo.
taxi now, easy 34 Alpha Mike, just configuring the aircraft, thank you.
Roger.
And let's get that APU on as well. Okay, so right now on to Tango, left onto Lima,
Palermo
right
Tower,
onto
Skyways 5556 with you on the Giano 1 Echo arrival.
Skyways 5556 Palermo Tower, good afternoon. Information Bravo, QNH 1030. Report established on the ILS runway 25.
What a great looking airport this is, guys.
Roger, we'll report established, Skyways 5556.
So this is Tango, we want to go left onto Lima in a moment, and then immediately right onto Romeo. So November to the left. Look at that ground markings. This makes taxiing so much easier. If anyone wants a copy of this airport, it is freeware. Unbelievably, this is freeware from flightsim.to. So if you're departing the stream because you've just seen the landing, then please hit the like button on your way out, and also consider maybe subscribing to the channel for tonight's flight.
Palermo Tower, Skyway 5556 established on the ILS runway 25, 13.6 miles out.
Skyway 5556, roger, proceeding traffic is currently 8 miles ahead. It's an A320, reduced to minimum approach speed.
Here's Romeo 4.
Roger on the traffic, we'll reduce our
Which would
approach
follow
speed.
our parking stand 211. Let's see if we've got parking stand numbers as well. That would be
Hello,
really
Maker
nice.
1652 is vacated runway 25.
Easy 854, runway 25, clear to land, the wind 290 degrees 5 knots.
Definitely be polished up
321,
on
25,
communications before
Easy
starting
Airport.
VATSIM, and know how to fly the aircraft. That is a big
American
thing.
1652, welcome to Palermo. You can taxi to stand 212 via Charlie, Tango, Lima, and Romeo.
Taxi to stand 212 via Charlie, Tango, Lima,
Oh, I
Romeo,
love it.
American 1652.
I'll definitely be back here again with this scenery. This is awesome. And with the with the taxi signs as well. Fantastic.
Speedbird 454, Palermo Tower, good afternoon. Information Bravo, QNH 1030. Report established on the ILS runway 25.
Information Bravo 1030, and we report established 25. Speedbird 464.
And what a beautiful day as well. Okay, parking brakes on, APU is running. Let's shut down those engines. Wait for the logbook to open up, as it shall inevitably in a moment. Here we go. Logbook coming alive now. And continue. So guys, hit that like button if you can for me, that would be great, and also please consider subscribing to the channel.
Cabin crew, you can now disarm the doors. Thank you.
Cabin crew disarming the doors. Let's call that jetway over in a moment. Just whilst I'm doing that, let's have a quick look outside. Ah, seeing how close we got at the A320 line. I'll take that. It's not bang on like at Manchester the other day, but that's good enough. Okay. Seatbelt signs off, beacon lights coming off. Jetway now coming. KPG, thank you very much, sir, for your kind donation to the channel. Hope you've enjoyed the flight. And this scenery, wow.
During your flight today with the Easyjetsimpilot, thank you for joining us on board. We hope you enjoyed the flight. Please hit the subscribe button for notifications on live streams and more content to come. Once again, thank you very much, and I will see you soon for the next flight. Bye bye.
Skyway
Let me just nip
5556, you are
outside.
4 miles from touchdown. Number 1, runway 25, clear to land. The wind 290 degrees 5 knots.
There's another EasyJet behind us.
Skyway 5556.
Great stuff.
Palermo, taxi to stand 210 via Charlie, Tango, Lima, and Romeo.
Taxi to stand 210 via Charlie, Tango, Lima, Romeo, Easyjetsimpilot.
So guys, this scenery is from flightsim.to. I'll pop you a link in the chat now.
Speedbird 464, roger, you are 13 miles from touchdown. Number 2, preceding traffic is an A320 Neo, 10 miles ahead. Continue approach, number 2.
Continue approach number 2, Speedbird 464.
So flightsim.to, and if you literally just go on there and in their search box do a search for Lima India Charlie Juliet. That is where you shall find this beautiful looking scenery. Yeah, there's the big mountain behind to the south of the airfield that we didn't want to hit. But how great is this? Another great freeware scenery. Just like Gatwick, and how amazing that is as well. So guys, tonight, in around 3 hours time, the UK World Update number 3 hits. Remember, empty your community folders please before running the update. Not doing so could cause issues and has been known to for some. So please empty the community folder before installing the update. After the update is completed here, I will be on a live stream tonight back in England as we fly around the UK. We'll just select decent weather and daytime lighting for that. We'll not be on VATSIM or any other servers. We'll just be doing a live flight looking around the UK, seeing if the update has broken anything, and essentially just seeing what they may or may not have fixed, may not have broken. We'll be on the lookout for terrain spikes and other things as well. We'll also see how live weather's getting on, because that's always interesting to see. In fact, live weather today outside is pretty nice, so we might probably be on live weather for the flight tonight. Other than that, I'm going to leave you guys again looking around this fantastic scenery. Thank you very much to everybody for flying with me this morning. Thank you to all of those that have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, please do consider doing so. Thank you to all of those who have liked the stream, and of course a huge thank you to everyone who has donated to the channel, either via super chats, super stickers, or of course the PayPal link as well. Just changing and taking the air traffic control frequency off for that. Thank you very much, guys. I shall see you later this evening. Let's hope Azobo don't break too many things. Bye bye for now.